At 18, the world felt like a map waiting to be unfolded. Ilara stood at the gates of Kotor, where the stone walls climbed the mountains like ancient limestone vines. She had a single backpack and a heart full of curiosity. The air smelled of salt and history, whispering secrets of Venetian sailors and mountain kings. This was Montenegro, the land of the Black Mountain, and she was ready to hear its story. In the Square of the Arms, the morning sun hit the pavement with a golden glow. It was here she met Luca, a local student with a smile as bright as the Adriatic. He carried a worn map and a passion for the hidden corners of his home. He promised to show her that Montenegro wasn't just a place on a map, but a feeling of wild, untamed freedom. The ascent to the San Giovanni fortress was a rite of passage. 1,350 steps spiraled upward, a vertical marathon against the heat. Ilara paused halfway, her breath hitching not from the climb but from the view. Below, the Bay of Kotor stretched out like a sapphire fjord, perfectly still, reflecting the orange roofs of the town. They traveled south to Budva, where the modern world met the Middle Ages. The old town was a labyrinth of marble alleys, so narrow that Ilara could touch the walls on both sides. Luca led her through a secret door in the fortification that opened directly onto a hidden beach. The sound of the waves hitting the pebbles was a rhythmic pulse, steady and welcoming. Luca pointed toward the horizon where Sveti Stefan sat anchored in the sea. The fortified island looked like a crown of stone floating on the turquoise water. He told her stories of how it once protected villagers from pirates. To Ilara, it looked like a dream suspended between the sky and the salt, a place where time had decided to stop and rest. Leaving the coast behind, the air turned crisp, and the scent of pine replaced the salt. They entered Durmitor National Park, a realm of jagged peaks and glacial lakes. Ilara sat by the black lake, the water so dark and clear it looked like polished obsidian. She felt small beneath the towering pines, but in that smallness she found a strange kind of strength. Adrenaline became their new language as they reached the Tara River. The canyon was the deepest in Europe, a green scar carved into the earth. Ilara and Luca climbed into a yellow raft, plunging into the icy turquoise rapids. Every splash was a shock to the system, a cold reminder that they were alive and that the world was wonderfully wild. High above the rushing water, the Đurđevića Tara Bridge arched across the void. Ilara walked along the concrete span, the wind tugging at her hair. Looking down into the depths of the canyon, she realized that being 18 was exactly like this bridge, a transition between where she had been and the vast, unknown beauty of where she was going. As their journey slowed, they found themselves on Lake Skadar. The water was a carpet of green lily pads and floating white flowers. Luca steered a flat-bottomed boat through the reeds, the only sound being the dip of the oar and the call of a lonely pelican. The world felt soft here, a gentle contrast to the sharp peaks of the north. Their final stop was Cetinje, the old royal capital. In the shadow of the monastery, Ilara and Luca shared a final notebook of sketches and notes. She had come looking for landmarks, but she had found something more, a sense of belonging in the mountain shadows. Montenegro had given her its song, and she would carry the melody with her forever.